Welcome back to another video. I am Cheryl here at the Made on Sundays studio. We talk all about branding, design, and creative entrepreneurship here. So if those are topics of any interest to you, then remember to subscribe to follow along. In today's video, I thought it would be fun for us to sit together and design a workbook together in real time. Workbooks. So if you are a new entrepreneur, if you already are an entrepreneur or freelancer, workbooks are a great way to create a lead generator to your newsletter or onto your website. It can be a great digital product for your shop. It can also be a great kind of accompaniment to a course. Workbooks are really versatile in that kind of way, and so a lot of people get to a point where they need to design one. So when you are designing a workbook, it's so important that not only does a workbook, feel and look and really fit into your brand and business, but also it is a great user experience for your customer, your client, or whoever is receiving that workbook from you. So why don't we get into my laptop and let's design a workbook together. All right, welcome to my laptop. So for today's design, I'm going to be starting off my design with this template that is actually one of the many templates that are included in my new Skillshare class that's coming out soon called Canva Basics to Launch Your Creative Business. In that class, I'm going to be providing a ton of Canva templates just like this one, and in that class I'm going to be teaching you all the basics of Canva. So if you need a more in-depth kind of understanding of how to use Canva and how to customize this workbook specifically for your own brand and business, then make sure to sign up for my waitlist. I'm going to leave the links below to this page right here where you can put your name and email address, and I will email you when the course goes live. And if the course is live already, then I'll switch out the waitlist link to the actual course link. So anyways, this is the template that we are going to start off with today, but I'm going to be customizing this for my own Made on Sundays brand. So let's get started. I'm excited. What should we do first? So let's just look at the template and see what we have here. So we have some sort of a cover page, and then we have kind of more of a content page. Let's make this a little bit bigger so I can see everything. And then there's a little kind of workbook section with question and answers. For my workbook, I think I'm going to make it about how to improve your website experience. That will be what my workbook is about, but obviously I need to change this to my own brand. So I'm going to change this, make sure that my brand kit is on my brand. This is actually a fictitious brand that I designed for the course itself. It's called Meisha Consulting. So it's very different from my brand, so we got to change this up. Let's go to my fonts, and where am I? There it is. All right, so there's this, and then that looks so much better already. And then I gotta change this to my font. My sans serif font is Termina Pro. That looks really good, but it needs to be spaced out more. And I'm not sure I like the curved look, so I'm gonna make this uncurved. And I'll make this right there and smaller, but farther. Yeah, And then let's change these to my brand colors. Which color should I do? This one. And then change this to my dark. Oh, it's already looking, I'm gonna delete these shapes because they're not really my brand shapes. And obviously I'm gonna change this to my brand name and my website. And change this up. I really wish that Canva can pre-style like these things as well on the brand fonts, but unfortunately they do not. So that's kind of annoying. So I have to do this letter spacing like every single time, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so that looks really good. And then I'm going to add some of my brand elements in. What do I want to do this time? Do I want to put a photo in? Maybe I'll put a photo in. Which photo should we go with? I really like this one. Oh, that actually looks really good. Or maybe this one. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then I'm going to left align this because of this huge plant. And I'll just delete that line and then I will left align this. And I'm gonna rename, can I do this? Yes, I can. 5 steps to try today. I'll just put that as a placement holder for now. I can definitely name that a little better. I'm actually just like put my logo in here. Maybe at the top. Maybe this looks better in white. Yeah, let's do white. All right, I like that. That looks a little editorial, and I really like that. Okay, that's my cover page. Okay, let's get into the meat of the content. So I'm just gonna duplicate this a few times because then I can work off of this template. And I'm definitely gonna need a page where I have, you know, a photo and some content. So I'm just going to check out, just for a placement holder right now, I'm gonna put some photos in here. And then I'm not gonna write the copy yet, so I'm just going to style these to my business assets. So for my body font, I have this font here, and then we're gonna make this like a dark color, and then the background, I'm actually just going to use this color. Oops, sorry, this one. Yeah, that looks a lot better already. I'm gonna make this bigger. And then this to my own. I'm gonna make that smaller. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, next page. So I'm gonna do another page here, but I need a page where I have like 3 photos. So I'm going to resize this. This is gonna be the middle one. Something like that. All right, and then I'm gonna hold down Option, and I'm just gonna pull these over. Yeah, something like that. Again, I'm just gonna change this to background color, and I'll move this over. So for this design, I'm gonna change these photos up. Let's see. All right, these are just placement holders, right? Like obviously I don't need 3 photos of myself here. I'm going to put a little, like, I think there needs to be a little bit more accent in these photo areas. So I'm gonna go into elements and I'm going to put like a little background color right on the edge. And I'm gonna position this to the back. I think that might look nice. Okay, I like that. Let's change these to my fonts. All right, I always like to make my body font the darkest color, especially if it's on a lighter background. But I'm not gonna be writing this much here on this page. I'm actually gonna be writing a little paragraph here. And then I need a sub-headline because I'm going to be, this is kind of like the title of my page, and I know I'm gonna be writing a sub-headline here. I'm just gonna say, this is space for my sub-headline, just to put a little placement holder there. And I'm gonna make this like this color smaller, and letter spacing. Usually I do 300, but I'm not like, yeah. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm gonna copy this over and I'm going to actually make 2 columns here for this section. And they're actually not gonna be as long, probably around there. Okay. Again, placement holders, right? But I like to kind of like pre-design the template first for my brand, because I create a lot of different workbooks and it's just easier for me to create a template first and then reuse this template for multiple use cases. And it actually helps me generate content a lot easier to kind of see the design of it and then kind of like think of, you know, content that might fit in those spaces. So that looks really good. I am going to, oh, there's an extra space here. I'm actually gonna just move this down. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time because I think I probably have another section. Okay, so next up, I think I'm going to create a section that is mostly text. So it's gonna start off with text. Let's move this over. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste this over because I already had it pre-designed. Perfect. And then this is gonna be, a little longer, so I'm gonna copy and paste this over here. So this page is gonna be mostly text. And then maybe I will add a photo into this section, but it's mostly gonna be acting as like a divider, like that. And then I'm going to have a section where I need to like highlight something. So I'm gonna add an element here. I'm gonna use my light green here, and I am going to run the transparency down a little bit, and then I'm going to put some text in there. So I actually think this would be better if this was darker, so I'm gonna bring back maybe something like that, and make sure this is centered. All right, so put some text in this section. It's always easier to just copy and paste from previous sections because I don't want to restyle everything. And then since this section is middle aligned, I'm gonna make this middle aligned, and I'm gonna make this white so you can kind of see that better. perfect. I think that's really cute. I'm actually gonna add like a line here. So I'm gonna go into elements and I'm gonna add the line. And I'm gonna move this down here. And obviously this line is like way too dark and thick. So I'm gonna make this like thin as it can be. I'm gonna make this white and make sure this is centered. And I'm gonna move it up a bit. Oh, too much. All right, right there. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, I like that, but I actually think it might look even cuter if there was a border. So I'm just gonna add a copy and drag this over, and then I'm gonna make this like darker color, but I'm gonna move it to the bottom. And that will create a little border for this section, but I need to fix, I just want like a tiny border. There. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, so I like that. Okay, so that's that section right there. So very quickly, we already have like 3 different template styles. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time because I think maybe I'll do like a 5-page kind of thing. For this one, I really want to do a darker page. And then I'm going to again copy these styles over here. And then for this page, I'm actually going to have an image like this here. And then I'm going to change these to white so you can see them. Just change up the look of it, right? So let's name this styling custom fonts. I'm actually gonna just find like a stock photography this time. So let's go into photos here and I'm gonna see what are the trending photos right now, just to see if there's like, sometimes the trending photos are really nice. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I really like that. Okay, maybe I should swap these out with some custom photos. So, okay, let's just go with that for now. I think that looks really good. All right, and then for this page, I'm gonna change this to white so you can see it better. And make sure that that is all of these are my font. Okay, great. That looks really good actually by itself, just like this. I don't think this page needs anything else. Sometimes the more simple, the better. So this one is a little bit of a combination. So I'm just gonna make this smaller. Again, I'm gonna copy and paste from the other pages. So for this page, it's gonna be a combination. I'm gonna have like some instruction of what's gonna happen next, a title, and then I'm going to have a space where they can start kind of brainstorming. I need this one. So again, I like to kind of copy and paste from other pages because I've already done the work there, so why redo it? So this is gonna be like a big space where they're gonna be able to start kind of just writing. This is gonna be wireframe for the home page, something like that. I'm gonna make this like this, and then this is like a little space for them to draw, so make sure it's transparent enough where they know there's like a space there to draw, but it's not like gonna be weird if they draw on top of it and you can't see it, right? I'm just gonna make this a little closer. You know what, I'm gonna center align this page. Make sure this is in the center and this is in the center, and then I'm gonna say this is gonna be a page for wireframing. And this is gonna be like the instruction area, and then this is where they're gonna, actually like this photo already, so kind of like the grids, kind of looks like the wireframe grids. Okay, so I like that. Okay, all right, next section, I'm gonna be doing a couple more of these kind of workbooky type interactive pages. So again, let's change this color to my background. I'm going to copy this from the other page. Okay, make sure this is positioned to the center. I already like how this is already styled, but I'm just gonna change it to my colors. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to style the first one and then I'm gonna copy and paste the rest over because this is gonna take me too much time. And I don't actually need that many questions. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna, again, hold down Option and pull it down. So there's, I think I'm gonna have 3 questions like this, and then one more section that has, okay, let's position to this to the center, and then one more section that's bigger, and then I need this little page number here. Okay, it's not center aligned. Okay, so obviously these need to be, I need to type those questions out, but so yeah, there's gonna be 3 questions on this page and then a little section that has more space. Okay, and then the next section I need to do has a little bit more text in it. Give it some more space. And then I am going to require them to do like a checklist of some sort. So this is centered. Oh, it is. Okay, so it's going to be one question where they answer something, and then I'm going to have them do a checklist. Find a square here for the check box. Okay, great. Then it's a perfect square, and I'm going to make this again this color and bring the transparency down. Okay, so this is gonna be like the prompt, and then first item to do. I think this needs to be a little bit closer. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy these over. Okay. All right, so they're gonna have this section where I need a little bit more space here, where they're gonna have a prompt and they're gonna type in their answer here, and then they're gonna go into the checklist section, and then I need a little just like a thing at the bottom where I'm gonna say like some sort of like thing here. Okay, there. I'm gonna say, great job for completing this section. In the next section, we are going to practice more. That's just a little placement holder again. Okay, that looks really good so far. I think I'm gonna have one more section that's like a workbook like this again. But for this section, I am going to be doing shorter questions. So I'm gonna make these boxes shorter. They're gonna be like 1-line answers. So they're gonna be like shorter answers, and then there's gonna be one like longer answer. And then I'm going to add a photo in this section, or placement photo. I'm gonna go to grid, and I'm just gonna put a placement holder there, like that. I'm gonna add a photo in there. I'm just gonna use let's say one of these stock photos, and then I am going to add this here. It's going to be a little bit text area here. Zoom in a little bit. I want this to be left aligned. This is a sub-headline. I think this will look better with this text. Okay, let's do this. This is a sub-headline. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we have, how many pages did we create in like, we have 8 pages now. So we have a cover. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing a sub section cover. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this, and this is going to be a cover for each section. So I am going to rename this to like a subsection name. So wire framing. And then I'm going to actually add one of these in here, and I'm going to call this section 1 and make this bigger. So it's going to be like this. I'm going to add a line there, but I'm actually going to change out this background. So let's pick another background. I'm gonna choose one from the stock photography. And then I'm gonna make this transparency down a bit, so then that way you can see it a lot better. There we go, that looks really good. Okay. All right, I really like that. And then next time I want to create a different section, I would just rename this and then swap out this photo with something else. Let me just show you an example. So this is a little hack that I like to do with transparency to make it darker, either a darker or lighter background, and then tone down the transparency, and then you're able to see the text a lot better. So let's pick another photo and you can kind of see like a few different examples. Like for example, that looks really good. Let's say this is the next section, and I'll make this section 2, and then I'll call it like, that looks really good. And then here's an example of what would happen if you do like a lighter color. So if you do a lighter color, which is also fine, and then let's say you add that photo back in, and then you tone down the transparency. Now you have to make this font like a darker color so that you can see. And then now you have a lighter color, and then you can see the fonts. So you can either do a darker one or the lighter one. In this specific example, it does look better with, I wonder if maybe like a creamier color looks better. Like that. Kind of really just depends on the vibe of your brand, whether you want to go for a darker scheme or a lighter scheme. But that looks really good too. So when you are designing workbooks, we usually want to make sure that the user experience makes sense for the user. So for this specific example, we have some workbook sections where they are intended for the user to be filling it out, right? So either you give instruction that it's intended for them to print it out and write it out. But in my opinion, most people who are downloading this workbook is probably going to be filling it out on their computer, and most people don't even have a printer. So for my audience specifically, like they're not going to have a printer to be printing this out and writing it out themselves. So what you want to do is you're going to download this, right? So I'm going to download this right here, and I'm going to make sure to download it as a PDF standard, not PDF print. If this is meant to be printed, then sure, yeah, You can export it as a PDF print. It'll make the file size a lot bigger, hence making it slower to download for your user. So I always highly recommend doing PDF standard if it's just going to be an online document. So I'm going to download that. Let's say that I already pre-filled like all of my content in there and it's ready, like the whole design is done now. And you can kind of see like what it looks like right now. So it looks really good. I'm going to scroll through it and I think everything looks really good. The only thing is that these ones right here, you can see that they're not interactive right now, right? Like if someone were to download this PDF, it is not editable and fillable, and these checkboxes don't actually work right now. So we want to make sure that the user experience is really great and they're able to actually fill it out and kind of check out these things for themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on this website called PDF Escape. I'm going to go to the free online version and I'm going to upload a PDF to this space. So I'm going to drag that in. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. All right, and I'm gonna go to the pages where it has that interactive box, and now I'm gonna add form field. So I'm gonna go into form field here, and this is going to be a text paragraph because it has multiple lines. And I'm gonna select this area here, and there we go. You can actually like change up the style of the font too. So I'm gonna make this actually smaller. And I'm gonna go with Times New Roman, perfect. And then the next section here is this section. Again, this is text paragraph. I'm going to select this area, perfect. And then I need checkboxes. So I'm gonna go in here again. I'm gonna select checkboxes and I'm gonna go ahead and fill all these with a checkbox. Right now it is pre-checked, so I'm just going to click on each of them and make sure that they are empty boxes. And then next section, these are going to be single-lined text. So if it's single line, you can just go on this one, which is text. And this is just going to allow them to type in one single line of text. And then again, we're going to go back to paragraph. So this is going to be text paragraph because it has multi-lines. Perfect. And then that's done. So all we're going to do now, just make sure that everything is looking good. We are going to save this document and then export it out. And then now we have this version of it, and let's open it up and see if we have made it interactive. Make it a little bit smaller. So let's go to the interactive sections and see if they're interactive. Oh, perfect. So now they can type in this section. This is an example of them typing in this section. Awesome. And then we have, just to make sure that each section works, we have the check boxes. So, oh, perfect. They can check the sections out and then they can type in, this is one line sentence. And just to make sure, if you click on return, it will actually just save that line. So all they have to do now is just command save, and it would save all of their information that they just typed in. All right, so there we have it. We have a fully functioning, beautiful workbook that was created from a template. I highly recommend just starting off with a template for any kind of design and then just kind of start customizing it to your brand fonts and your brand colors and all of your brand photos. It just makes the process a lot easier to start with a template. And this way, just in, a little bit of time, we were able to create I think 8 pages of this workbook together. Now, If you want more help with actually the design side of Canva, as I have told you before, I am launching a new Skillshare class called Canva Basics to launch your creative business. As I've said before, the template that we use in this video is just one of the many Canva templates that I will be providing to you as part of this Skillshare class. Throughout the Skillshare class, I'm going to be teaching you the basics to everything to Canva, how to style your fonts, how to style your images. I'm going to be talking about branding and how to create a brand for yourself. And then I'm going to go through each of the most essential launch graphics like business cards and invoices and workbooks and Instagram templates and Pinterest pins, all of the things that I think are essential to launching any kind of online business. And we're going to be designing all of those elements together with a beautiful template to begin with. So I hope to see you in this class. It is about to launch soon, so in the description below, I'm going to be giving you the link to the waitlist. And if the course is already launched, it's going to be a link directly to the Skillshare class. I am so excited to see you in this class, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of just designing with me. It's a really casual video that I thought might give you kind of an inside look and behind the scenes look of how I create workbooks for my own business. If you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!